So here's part two of my study resources. And upstairs here in the landing of our stairway, we have a bunch of sets that I have. This is a bunch of sets of commentaries. We have Barnes and Henry and Eadie and Lightfoot and Gill and Poole and the set of old Puritan commentaries. And that's Trapp. We have the Ancient Christian Doctrine and Ancient Christian Commentary. We have the Ante-Nicene Fathers and Schaff's versions of the Nicene and Post-Nicene Fathers. We have Grove's Dictionary of Music. And then we have down here is Karl Barth's Church Dogmatics, which is there as well. This is my study area. This is where I sit and where I read. And we come down here to this place. This is where the library proper is. And in here we have a bunch of books on church history. You'll see a bunch there, and we have this is a bunch of sort of patristic books. You come down here into the more medieval stuff. And up here you start getting into the Reformation. And you have Luther and Bullinger and Zwingli and those ones. And then you get into Calvin. I have my three versions of the Institutes. We got 1559 and 1541 and 1536. A bunch of his commentaries and books about Calvin for a couple more rows. Over here we have those are the works of Arminius as well, and a bunch of other stuff, commentaries, etc. And we're getting into the Puritan stuff at this point. We have Puritan sermons and other things like that, sort of take a look after here, and then we get down here, we get into Puritan books and a lot of Puritan sets. There are a lot of Puritan sets that I have, complete works of many of the Puritan fathers. We have Flavel and Goodwin from different publishers as well. We see all these Puritan books and stuff. We have over here, we have the works of John Owen in a 16-volume, 23-volume set actually. Down there, coming along. We see other ones here as well. We see different Puritans. Over here we get to the Westminster Confession, books on the Westminster Confession, and into the 1700s. And there's John Newton, and there's John Wesley, and George Whitefield. We come over here to a bunch of stuff from the 19th century as well, which we see is all along here. And we get down here to Spurgeon and J.C. Ryle. Over here we come to the next section, which is it's more Spurgeon and Warfield. And there's the complete works of Berkouwer, Studies of Dogmatics in Berkouwer. And there's some more 20th century stuff. And down at the bottom there you see that's some Martin Lloyd-Jones. See, Martin Lloyd-Jones. Sorts of things there. And up here we get to the 20th century. And this is N.T. Wright. And other commentaries. And evangelical theology. Evangelical theologies we see there, and other sorts of theologies. all put together for us. Up here we come into more evangelical theology and other theology as well. And we get here to, this is biographies. See different sets of biographies of people. I have a lot of biographies. I read a lot of biographies as well. One of the things that I like to do is to read biographies. For here, we come again just to more Bible commentaries and sets. And commentary sets, old-fashioned ones, Geneva, etc. This is the New Studies in Biblical Theology. So I have that whole bunch there, and this is the Bible Speaks Today. And other books here. This is all Bible theology and biblical theology here. For here we come to the Old Testament. The Old Testament is here. And the New Testament. This is all stuff from the parables that I was just using for my sermons. And this is a bunch of stuff here as well. We go with different books. This is my Hebrew section. And then I have a classical Greek section here as well. And then we come into other stuff, which is more in practical theology. And it's all practical, preaching, worship, etc., and into more into more secular stuff. Philo and Josephus, some other things that are here that I read. So as you can see, there's quite an extensive library up here as well. I am most, of course, my Puritan sets, mostly from Banner of Truth, which has been a wonderful publisher of Puritan works. Just to let you know that these are also very important and valuable tools for study.